Welcome to Amazing Builds. Today, we are here with another amazing episode about the world's most expensive construction mistakes. Are you ready to uncover some of the biggest and most costly construction blunders in history? In this episode, we'll be discussing some of these most expensive construction mistakes and how they could have been avoided. How much did the Seattle Big Dig cost? What went wrong with the Millennium Dome? How did the Panama Canal face so many problems? All these questions and more will be answered in this incredible episode. So join us as we uncover some of the world's most expensive construction mistakes and discover how they could have been avoided. We hope you enjoy this episode as much as we do. Get ready to go on an incredible journey with us and uncover some of the biggest and most costly construction blunders in history. So let's take a closer look at some of the most expensive construction mistakes. The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge is one of the most expensive and infamous construction mistakes of all time. Built in the 1930s, the 3.5-kilometer bridge was designed to last 80 years, but was damaged beyond repair by a 6.9 magnitude earthquake in 1989. Rather than attempt to repair the bridge, officials decided to hold a contest to design a new bridge. Unfortunately, the complexity of the bridge's design and the materials used in its construction led to a series of costly mistakes. The bridge took an estimated 11 years to build, and the total cost of the project is still unknown, with estimates ranging from $6.4 billion to $7.2 billion. This is more than 7 times the original bid of $1 billion, making it one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in California. The most noticeable and costly mistake was the use of stability rods that often broke or corroded, requiring expensive repairs and replacements. In addition, the quality of welding was poor, and misaligned parts of the deck created an increased risk of earthquake failure. Furthermore, the bridge was designed with guardrails rather than barriers, which corroded over time, further adding to the cost. The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge is a prime example of how important it is to consider design, materials, and construction quality when creating large infrastructure projects. The cost and time involved in the bridge's construction have made it a cautionary tale for future projects and serve as a reminder of the importance of proper planning and execution. The Cologne City Archive collapse. The collapse of the Cologne City Archive was one of the most expensive construction blunders in the world. Located in the heart of Germany's cultural capital, the archive held over 600,000 artifacts and documents that were vital to the city's history and identity. The magnitude of the disaster was especially devastating because it was the result of a construction error. An investigation into the incident revealed that the building was not built to the standard required for a building of its size and scope, and the result was an immense amount of property damage and personal distress. The archival collection held records of Cologne's past and had become a popular destination for historians, researchers, and visitors. Public interest in the archives had been steadily increasing, with individuals coming to search for information about their families and houses, and school classes visiting to learn more about the city. The contributors of the archive were especially impacted, as many of them had entrusted their possessions to the building for safekeeping. The collapse of the Cologne City Archive was a major setback for both Germany's cultural legacy and the city itself. The disaster cost an estimated €2 million in damages, and the loss of the archives was a tragic blow to the city's history and identity. Furthermore, the tragedy had a significant psychological impact on many of the people who had contributed to the archive and the visitors who had been coming to enjoy its contents. The city of Cologne has since launched an investigation into the collapse and has pledged to rebuild the archive in its original form. The investigation is still ongoing, but the city has already taken steps to ensure that such a disaster never happens again. They have also announced a financial fund to reimburse the contributors of the archive for the loss of their possessions. Though the collapse of the Cologne City Archive was a tragedy, it serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of proper construction protocols. This incident was a prime example of the costly consequences of disregarding the necessary safety requirements and the necessity of adhering to the highest standards when building large public structures. It was an expensive mistake, but one that has taught us a valuable lesson. 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island, located near Middletown, Pennsylvania, is the site of one of the most infamous and expensive construction mistakes in the world. The 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station, TMI, was built in 1974 and consisted of 2 nuclear reactors. On March 28, 1979, TMI Unit 2 experienced a partial core meltdown, which resulted in the release of a small amount of radioactive material. The incident caused public panic and resulted in the permanent closure of the facility. The incident was caused by a combination of equipment faults, design-related difficulties, and worker errors. It began when a malfunction in the plant's secondary, non-nuclear components caused one of the 2 reactors on the site to shut down. The primary feed water pump components could not send water to the steam generators, which remove heat from the reactor's core. As a result, the core overheated and the primary system starved of emergency cooling water. The consequences of the accident were severe. The facility was permanently closed and the cleanup efforts cost over $1 billion. In addition, the incident caused a public outcry and led to new regulations in the nuclear power industry. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission, NRC, tightened and increased its regulatory control, and emergency response planning, human factors engineering, reactor-operated training, and radiation protection all saw significant revisions in order to improve reactor safety. The 3 Mile Island incident has been a sober reminder of the potential dangers of nuclear power. As a result, the public has grown increasingly wary of nuclear energy, and the industry has become highly regulated. Today, the 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station stands as a reminder of the most expensive construction mistake in the world. The Noida building collapse. The Noida building collapse is one of the most expensive construction mistakes in the world. The tragic incident occurred on Tuesday night in the Shiberi village of Greater Noida, India. It involved 2 structures, an under-construction building and an adjacent building, which both collapsed due to too much moisture in the basement walls and inadequate building material used in the construction. It is believed that 50 people, including 12 construction workers, were trapped in the rubble, with 3 people perishing in the tragedy. The incident has caused widespread shock and anger in the community and beyond, with many questioning the quality of materials used in the construction and the lack of oversight. A magisterial investigation was launched into the incident, with a criminal complaint filed against 24 individuals, including the builder. Teams from the National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, were deployed to the scene to assist with rescue efforts, but progress was hindered due to the low visibility at night. This tragedy highlights the importance of proper construction oversight and safety regulations, as many unauthorized structures abound in the region. A number of safety issues, such as the use of low-quality materials, must be addressed in order to prevent similar disasters from occurring in the future. Mahesh Sharma, a union minister and a member of the Noida Lok Sabha, visited the crash site and expressed his condolences to the affected families. He also urged the government to take necessary steps to ensure such tragedies never take place again. The Noida building collapse is a stark reminder that there are still many issues regarding the safety of construction sites and the importance of proper oversight. It is essential that construction companies and workers adhere to safety regulations to prevent similar tragedies from occurring. The families affected by this tragedy deserve justice and compensation, and the government must take the necessary steps to ensure that this incident is not repeated. Have you ever experienced a costly construction mistake yourself? What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned from mistakes in the construction industry? Do you know of any other expensive construction mistakes? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video about the most expensive construction mistakes in the world, then don't miss out on more videos like this. Join us now by liking and subscribing to our channel to get access to more videos like this one. With more videos, you'll get even more insight into the potential risks and mistakes that can happen in the construction industry. Don't wait any longer and join us now to stay tuned and stay safe.